So the car is basically built as a racing car. It was put on the road in the late 50s briefly before it lay under a tree, and was found 10, 15 years later by Jimmy McCulloch, who sold it to me. 1949 MGTC Racing Special, built by Billy Leeper, a garage owner in Belfast, and raced by him at the Curragh, Wicklow, Dundrod, Kirkeston, hill climbed at Cairncastle, Craigantlet, and basically any event where he could exercise the car. The car was supplied in 1949 as a chassis without the body to Billy Leeper in Belfast. He had seen George Phillips racing one of the first racing MGTCs at Tala in 1948, the day that Billy won the Leinster Trophy in a Singer. It's basically a standard MGTC frame, 1250 engine, not X-Pag, twin carburetors. The gearbox in this particular car is a pre-war gearbox. That's what it came with when I found it, and we've left it in it. The gearbox has a Wolseley Hornet diff, a pre-war Wolseley Hornet diff in it. I knew about the car from the late 1970s. I know my father knew Billy Leeper, and I always had a notion for the car. The car wasn't for sale at that time, but later on in the 1980s, the car was to be sold. So I went to see the owner, and I knew how much he wanted for the car. And he asked me one question, which was, what are you going to do with the car, Simon? And I said, well, I'm going to rebuild it as Billy Leeper's racing car. Excellent. Shook my hand, bought the car. Billy Leeper was still around and driving his road cars. And I went to see Billy, and Billy gave me some photographs that he had of the car racing in the south. But the body was in very poor condition, and I had this new body made in the late 1980s, more of which later. Billy came down, looked at the car. I said, Billy, what colour do you want it painted? And I had a colour card, and he said, I like that green. That's near enough. So this is the colour we painted the car from Billy. When he died in 2001, and basically all the trophies for the car were given to me, because he enjoyed seeing it rebuilt. And we used the car. My son hill climbs the car. It should start. It's bloody awkward to get into. Right. It needs a good run. The car is a racing car. It's got flat springs in the back. It's very, very, very stiff, and is not a pleasant car to drive on the road. God help, it's even worse for navigators who happen to sit in it without even an aero screen. It's quick. for 1949. The engine has been rebuilt and just recently retuned, and brakes sorted out, and a nice car, but harsh, and as I say, with good history, all the trophies, and a great friendship with Billy Leeper, who built the car. This is the new nose cone made for the MG, copied from the original nose cone, which was beyond repair. I'd been put in touch with an old boy called Billy Fleming, who had been apprenticed to Short Brothers in Harland before the war and made aircraft bodies. He lived in a nice bungalow in Ballyrobert, and had his big English wheel, and he didn't drive cars. So anyway, I went up to see him, asked him could he copy the body for me to basically get the car back on the road. I gave him the original body, and he worked away and worked away and worked away, and then finally the car was ready. So I went up to collect the car, but was rather taken aback that he'd actually recreated the dents in the nose. Hadn't the heart to say to him, wonderful man. But about Billy, which was most interesting, was that in the late 70s, when John DeLorean came to launch the DeLorean Motor Company in Belfast, the gull-wing doors on the first 3 or 4 prototypes didn't fit properly. Somebody from here knew about Billy Fleming and how good he was at sheet metal work. So Billy was basically collected every morning and taken to the DeLorean factory to work on his own wheel with his own tools to get the doors to fit for the prototypes. He was in first name terms with John DeLorean, and apparently John would have shared a sandwich with him every now and again at lunchtime. Wonderful old boy, and there's his dented nose cone.
If you've been enjoying our stories of Irish transport, please consider subscribing via the Facebook page or our website irelandmade.ie. Thank you for your support.